Greetings, one and all. This is Tony coming at you live from LPHQ East out in Orlando, hanging out at Disneyland in California with Mr. Mike Celestino. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Good to be here at Disneyland. It's a nice day. Yesterday was very rainy in Southern California, and today is nice and clear. Some nice puffy white clouds in the sky.
I call those Toy Story clouds in our house.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you've been to Disneyland?
Oh, about a week.
Oh, okay. I thought it was longer. That was like a month.
No, I've been here regularly all month.
Okay. Any reason? What's going on?
No, just doing regular check-ins and updates. Today, I guess the big news this week is that the snow has started going up on Sleeping Beauty Castle for the upcoming holiday season.
Now, I don't have a calendar nearby. Has Halloween happened yet?
No, so we're more than 2 weeks away from actual Halloween, but that doesn't stop Disneyland from already switching over to the Christmas time holiday season. And we'll check that out in a second here as I move toward the hub.
Right, well, while we do that, we're going to catch up. Fred says greetings, and Fred says, speaking of Toy Story, they gave us our first look at Woody and Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 5. I'll have to look that up.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, I know I've seen concept art, but I've not seen official. And then Kyle, I'm assuming this is a membership only icon. It's on. On my end, it just looks like colons and text, which was also the name of my band in college.
Colons and text.
Colons and text. What's the highest score you ever got on Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, Mike?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. I feel like I used to go on it more often, but I did get pretty good at it. You learn to aim at certain targets, and if you get stuck in the right place, you can really rack up a high score.
Now, we've talked before about this, I think. If Rocket Rods was successful, would it still be there today?
Yeah, I do think that, honestly, if Rocket Rods hadn't broken down constantly, and I think what I heard is that it was like damaging the supports.
Yeah.
The speed of the ride was higher, or the weight was higher than it was supposed to be. If it had stuck around, I think it would be pretty popular.
I agree. I think it'd still be there. It might have some sort of Tron or Incredibles theme to it now, but
yeah,
it would still be there in the space. Now, that planter box is still there for year 7, I believe. I wish I were joking, but
that's still happening.
No progress.
King Triton is still gone from here.
Do you know where he is?
No. Do you?
He's at the Little Mermaid at California Adventure. On top of the building, that Triton up there is the one from Triton's Garden.
I did not know that.
Yeah, fun fact.
Interesting.
And because Doobie's not here, I am deeming it a fun fact.
All right. Well, here's the Sleeping Beauty Castle, and you can see the snowy parapets. Is that what those are called?
Okay. Now, I haven't been to Disneyland at Christmas in forever. Well, not forever, but a very, very long time. Does snow appear on all of that, on all the turrets and parapets, or is it not? Because I could see that it's clearly not on some of them yet.
Right. Yeah, I think by the time November rolls around, all of this will be covered in fake snow over there. Got one here that's not snowy yet. A couple over there that haven't been. I think they do it in stages. Let's get a closer look. But yeah, it's mid-October, and we've got snow on Sleeping Beauty Castle, and that's It's not really a surprise to me anymore because I've gotten used to it. I do think it's earlier than it has been.
It feels earlier, and that's why I'm making a point out of pointing that
Yeah,
out. But
yeah. But so was
it,
Halloween started earlier this year, also.
out here in Orlando, it didn't start as early as it has in the past. I know in the past there was one year where it was like August 9th was the
Yeah.
first Halloween party. And this year it was a little bit later than that, but still August.
Yep. I mean, there's got to be a limit, right? Like, there's got to be. If you get to July, I think I don't know. How early is too early?
Well, the joke is you'll at least get through July 4th, and then the red, white, and blue comes down, and then all the orange and browns go
Yeah.
up.
I'm sorry. Oh, I don't understand. Are you trying to get to Fantasyland? Yeah, right through there. Yep.
Mike, I didn't know you got a name tag.
All the way around.
Yeah,
know
I
you're
couldn't
there a
really
lot.
understand what she wanted. She had a very thick accent.
I was just a couple of weeks ago, I was in Paris. You can follow all that coverage on laughingplace.com. But I remember I was standing there waiting for a parade or maybe my mobile order for food to be ready. I don't remember. But somebody came up to me. I had never been there before. It was probably my first day there. I'm already like coming down off of like being anxious for most of the morning because of travel. And somebody asked me like where bathrooms were and then like where the closest food was. I'm standing still. Is that the problem? What's happening?
I have gotten that, and it depends on how I'm dressed. Really, the worst ever was, I think I've told you this, when I was on my shore leave from the Galactic Star Cruiser and dressed as my character
Yeah.
in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And almost everyone just thought I worked there. It had like the opposite effect of my desired immersion in the land because all the guests wanted to know where to go to get on the Rise
I
of
know
the
you did it.
Resistance.
You were fortunate enough to have done the Star Cruiser a couple times, right?
Well, I did it once for the media tour, which was like they crammed all the story elements into like 4 hours.
Okay.
And then I did the full experience once. So it was like 1.5 times.
And was it earlier on in the run of the
Yes.
okay? Because I feel like
Wow.
at a certain point it became known for actually what it is, which is the role play or the LARP or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But tragically, Walt Disney World guests just see Star Wars and think Star Wars, and here's a guy dressed up, so it had to not come off the cruise or a crew Star Cruiser rather.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like if that were in California, and I'm not saying try it in California, but if it were in California, people would see it more because it's a more local based environment as opposed to destination based. But
Sure. But I don't know. We don't have any specific destinations today, so I'm just wondering. Unless you
well, you're going into Adventureland, and I have a suspicion that we're going to go do our regular walk and talk check to make sure a certain feature is operable or inoperable.
No, it hasn't been working forever. I've given up hope on that. Here's one of the pumpkins from Pluto's Pumpkin Hunt. In fact, that one is actually Pluto. It's not called Pluto's Pumpkin Hunt anymore.
I think
It's
it's
called
Pluto's
something
Pumpkin Pursuit.
Pumpkin Pursuit.
I was watching. Oh, that's bizarre. Okay, interesting. But I was watching the Disneyland 70th 2020 special the other day. I'm finally catching up and just put that on. And Josh Gad was a Jungle Cruise skipper. I'm like, haven't we seen this a few times already? Like, he's like, I'm so happy to be doing this. I'm like, you mentioned in your Disney Legends speech. You've done it several times, I think, on Disney Park socials.
Here's another of the pumpkins. It's Donald.
Jungle Cruise is using their upper level, so it seems like it's busy.
Yeah. Seems to be moving quickly, though.
How does the park feel today?
Not too bad. I didn't get here that long. It was that was the real issue this morning. Was the traffic wasn't bad getting down, but the line of cars waiting to get into Mickey and Friends was backed up like to the 5 freeway. So that took
There's
forever.
Indiana Jones is a 10.
That's what it says. It might have just reopened, I'm guessing, from like a downtime.
Probably a downtime.
That's the only time it's that short.
If I weren't 100% sure you'd lose signal in there, I'd be like, well, let's go.
Yeah. And then after I finally parked, like every line to get in through security was super long too. So it took me a really long time to get into the park, but once I got in, it feels average.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just they've given up on fixing this. So I'm giving up hope as well.
I remember we on a recent one, I don't know if it was specifically the last one, but wasn't that feature like tied down in some way?
I don't think it is anymore, because I
Okay.
checked that a couple weeks ago and it didn't look like it was. Let me look at it right now.
So this is what we were talking about a few minutes ago for those of us just joining us.
Yeah, so
Since it opened, it lasted about 2 days where this water aesthetic design enhancement, whatever you want to call it, was functioning. And it lasted like a week since it opened a couple years ago.
I would say there has been like a cumulative maybe a month total of time that this worked since it opened. How long has it been? Almost 2 years, I think, right?
I feel like it's been 2 years, yeah.
But yeah, very briefly, there was also a time where it was just like tied off on this bamboo here, but now it's not like that either. So I don't know why it seems like sometimes the simplest things break down.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, I've said this before on the stream because I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'm not an engineer. I don't know how difficult it is to get this to work. But it doesn't, like, there's much more complex things going on at Disney parks than getting this thing to spin around, I would guess.
It's the engineering department's busy work. When there's nothing else going on, go fix that.
Yeah. Well, let's say hi to our ostrich friend here.
It opened November 10th, 2023, so almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Donna points out they had issues with the water feature way back in the day too, and she agrees with you though, Mike. Shouldn't that be an easy fix?
Hi. Should we go up through this thing, or you want to?
Sure, we're already halfway.
Okay.
Can I just say that this is still, in my opinion, right there? Go to the art for me.
Oh yeah.
This is still right up with the submarine voyage idea, like for ADA accessibility.
Yeah,
this is like one of the biggest. Like, really?
It's just as good, Tony. It's just
this is their response. Is, well, instead of climbing up all the way because you can't. Here's what they look like, and we'll move on. Fred wants to know, is that a real ostrich? It's tangible, so therefore it's
define real. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we talked recently because you had discovered, because before I said it sounded like a Dilophosaur in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And then you had watched something and they said ostrich noises were pulled for it. And you're like, see, it's accurate.
Yeah.
I don't get the joke, but I'm sure it's funny. Fred says, don't let that thing near Kevin Hart.
I don't get it either. I don't think I've seen enough Kevin Hart material to get that.
The only thing I've consumed, and this will be no surprise to you, Kevin Hart, enough to memorize it, is when Conan and him do driving lessons or take an Uber. Yeah. So apparently, thank you, Fred, is Kevin Hart is afraid of ostriches.
Oh, I didn't know.
See, but those are working. the little so in the story of the Adventureland treehouse, inspired by Walt Disney's Swiss Family Robinson, like that little water wheel there, the whole water feature that's non-functional, quote unquote, powers the treehouse.
Yes.
So
I
you
have
see
an
this
interest.
stuff
There's an
working.
interesting update to that I'm just noticing.
Okay.
Behind this little spinning wheel here, they have added what looks like a piece of a length of plastic to make it look like there's water flowing. I don't know if you can see that.
Kind of. Your camera keeps trying to focus on those ropes.
Oh, sorry. Let me
Okay, there
try
we go.
to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's kind of an
On the
interesting
camera,
update.
it looks like it could be real water just dripping down, but yeah.
Nope. It's just like a plastic sheet in the shape of water. The shape of water. Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro's Adventureland treehouse. Got it.
I just noticed that the top of the organ looks like a face. That must be intentional.
Probably. Treehouses aren't a genre; they're a medium. A mantra that I once said. So he obviously, Mike, I'm sure you know this, but to our viewers, Guillermo del Toro once said that about animation, and it's
Yes.
practically tattooed on many fans' minds.
I recently saw him speak at Comic-Con for the Lucas Museum panel with George Lucas, but it seemed like Guillermo's entire reason for being on that panel was to decry the use of generative AI in art. She is adamantly opposed to, which probably no surprise to you.
But also good. So
yeah.
Did anybody ask him about when his Haunted Mansion movie is coming?
No, that didn't come up.
Okay.
But he does have that new Frankenstein movie, Emma.
That is true. So I know they've been doing some screenings in LA. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. There's multiple Frankenstein movies coming out.
That's kind of how it works.
Right. Things come in pairs.
I remember in the late 90s, there was 2 movies about bugs that were computer animated. There were 2 movies about asteroids or meteors hitting the Earth that were around the same time. And
volcanoes.
Volcanoes, yes, I forgot about those ones. And then, as I so eloquently put in a recent review of Hulu's new series based on the Murdoch murders, those, because there's about 18 different ones currently on streaming services, and Hulu had to throw theirs into the ring too. That review is now up on laughingplace.com. Feel free to check it out.
Love this view. Haunted Mansion, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Mark Twain Riverboat over there, Big Thunder Mountain, Galaxy's Edge in the distance.
And now we go down. I had a friend once who is terribly afraid of heights, but worked at the treehouse in Florida, basically standing at the base and making sure nobody tries to get an ECV or wheelchair up the steps.
Okay.
But we all came out to California, and she climbed it and didn't realize how high she went, and got to the top and had that exact view and kind of panicked and ran the rest of the way.
Sure.
Yeah, I could see pavement in that area, and normally you can't. So I would say it's not completely terribly crowded today.
Right.
Yeah, your earbuds are isolating the audio just for your voice, so we can't really hear what's going on.
There's
If
a
you would
Swiss
like to replicate
polka.
it, that'd be great.
Just bring up your Spotify and play the Swiss polka.
How does Mike know what streaming service I use? Which is funny because I think I'm the only one of my friends who doesn't use Apple Music. Now I use Spotify, guys.
You're going out the inn.
Is there a difference?
I don't think so.
Okay. Looks like the Mark Twain is sailing.
They were more strict about it when it first opened up.
Remember when the virtual queue existed for the treehouse?
Very briefly. Same as the Walt Disney A Magical Life lasted
That's
for
true.
a day or two.
Well, hello, Rainbow of Disney. Thank you. Just like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for joining us. We do stuff like this all the time. Sometimes a little bit more sporadically than others, but best way to get notified is to ring that bell. But thanks for joining us. Hey. It looks like the Columbia is dry docked, so that's not on the river today. Have you had lunch today?
Yeah, I just ate before we did the stream.
Where did you eat?
So I think you've mocked me for this before, but I ate a Galactic Grill.
So mock is a rough term. Because I know you have limited options, but I was curious if you tried another attempt at the Country Bear Barbecue Jamboree.
I have. I've eaten there, I want to say 3 or 4 times since the remodel. And I have not liked it at any time, any of those times. And that may just be the gluten-free options, to be fair.
That's fair.
I had not had the regular menu items. But I didn't care. I used to love the barbecue at Big Thunder Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a while the Riverbell Terrace over there was barbecue. And that was great. So I was really excited when they were opening up another barbecue location in the park. But yeah, it didn't live up to what I had hoped.
Now we've talked before.
Sorry.
Galactic Grill is kind of your choice in Disneyland.
Well, I really like the gluten-free pizza at Cafe Daisy in Toontown. And then I do gravitate toward Galactic Grill for some reason. I think it's just because, again, the options for my allergy. Over in California Adventure, it's usually Lucky Fortune Cookery.
Okay.
The Cucina Cucamonga, is it still called that? Yeah, okay.
I believe so.
And then sometimes I'll go to Smoke Jumpers also.
I think the only one that they changed in that area of California Adventure is the one you would never set foot in anyway.
Right.
And that's the Boudin Bakery, which was once called like the Pacific North Cafe or something like that, but now it's called the Aunt Cass Cafe.
Mm.
There's a lot of internet complaints about the building there on your left.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy into it until I saw it for myself.
Okay.
Because it's not scaled right with the rest of the area.
Yeah, I can see those complaints. I almost wonder if they did that to kind of block the eye line from the Haunted Mansion to Splash Mountain, or what is now called Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Well, so before they had that line of trees, which I think still exists behind that shop. But yeah, I don't know. And then I know
I definitely can see that.
forgive me, I don't remember what user did, but somebody made a YouTube video solely to point out that building is from a kit at Home Depot.
Yeah. Sometimes you scratch your head at certain choices that are being made.
Yep. And Haunted Mansion is currently Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Yes. Which I finally did a couple weeks ago when I did the I guess it's supposed to do a month ago now, when I did the Laughing Place on Location for the Halloween time stuff. I went on this year's Haunted Mansion Holiday. I really like the new gingerbread house for this year.
What did you think of the enhanced Oogie Boogie figure?
Yeah, that's looking good, I think. I honestly don't remember what was different about it.
It's just he's definitely more fluid and like
Okay.
updated, but
Yeah. Good stuff.
when was the last time you went on Tiana's?
Oh, it's been a while. I want to say at least 6 months. Summertime is so busy on that ride. Obviously, people are more likely to go on a water ride in the summer.
That is true. I just asked because that ride is notoriously devastating when it comes to getting you wet, as
Oh
opposed
yeah.
to its counterpart over
Honestly,
here.
if I go by myself, I will request the back. And
Okay.
they'll usually accommodate you. But if you sit in the front row on that ride, your feet are gonna get submerged.
It's true. When it was the tail end of its life at Splash Mountain, I went there with a friend of mine, and it was the winter. It was around the Disney 100 kickoff. And it was just us in the log, and they tried putting us in the front. I'm like, can we please sit in the middle? Like, please, just let us sit in the middle.
Doesn't look like the Davy Crockett Explorer canoes are running today.
Bum bum bum.
Gideon would be so disappointed.
For those joining us, Gideon is the son of our founder at laughingplace.com, and he marathons the canoe ride, is to put it like lightly. How many? I remember he did like 47 in one day, or like
Yeah.
one weekend, or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he holds the record, even though he's not necessarily keeping track, like our friend who does the Radiator Springs Racers.
Yes.
But who else in their right mind is gonna?
What's he up to now on those? Because I feel like
last I checked, he was approaching 15,000.
Because you made the film at what number?
That was when he hit 10,000. I was there for that. Yeah. And yeah, he kept going after that. I know, obviously, during the pandemic, he didn't do it at all. And then there was a while recently when the ride was down for refurbishment. So, but I think he's either approaching 15,000 or he passed it recently.
It'd be cool if he timed it for February. Disneyland's in the middle of their 70th anniversary right now, but February 8th marks the 25th anniversary of Disney California Adventure.
Yeah, true.
My wife and I we're going on a cruise on the Disney Destiny that from the end of January into February. Yeah. And we were like, can we pull off financially going out there for that? But I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
But if it does, we'll let you know. And then you come hang out with us in the animation building.
Sure. Hey, Tony, I'm curious.
Okay.
Do you think I could take a bathroom break and come back to the stream? Is that possible? Is there any way
this
you can
area, I believe
entertain?
It's called a refresher break.
Yes.
But
do you have a way to entertain the crowd while I do that?
Yeah, I have I knew I should have got more videos too, but I have a few. We'll start it as soon as you get to the door.
Okay.
But this will be fun. I don't think I've ever had this happen with you.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Probably shouldn't have eaten and had a bunch of beverages right before the stream, but when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Because I've done it once on the reverse end, where I was like, "Tell us a lively story," and then I run off.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Donna says, "Yes, it can be done. What should we talk about?"
Nice.
Rhode Island is neither a road nor an island. Discuss.
All right.
So, I'm so used to Florida's Galaxy's Edge. I'm like, where are they in this one?
I think it's the same place.
The same spot once you get to the idea of it. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, but
All right. I will I'll let you know when I'm ready to come back.
okay.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
No, you should have turned left at the pyramid.
Hey, we're gonna miss the anniversary. Maybe we should dog paddle, eh?
Whoa! Sure you got everything? Ready?
Hold your horses! I almost fell off that time.
Say, this herd's moving kind of slow, eh?
We're almost there. Go left, right. No, left is right.
No, I don't have any quarters.
It's our biggest celebration in 50 years, and everybody is going to be there. The only one missing is you. Log on to find out more about all the new attractions coming this year to the happiest celebration on Earth.
I assume that dance that Mike just did is specifically how he'll feel in just a few moments. But hang tight. We'll be right back with just a little bit more. Until then, we were talking about Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Here's some favorite footage from a social media user.
This is me before Tiana's Bayou.
And just another clip for fun. Here's Mike from back in the day when there was a dog-related fashion show.
Release the hound!
No, you should have turned left at the pyramid.
Hey, we're gonna miss the anniversary. Maybe we should dog paddle, eh?
Whoa! Sure you got everything? Ready?
Hold your horses! I almost fell off that time.
Say, this herd's moving kind of slow, eh?
We're almost there. Go left, right. No, left is right.
No, I don't have any quarters.
It's our biggest celebration in 50 years, and everybody is going to be there. The only one missing is you. Log on to find out more about all the new attractions coming this year to the happiest celebration on Earth.
50th anniversary was very much easily the best of the Disney anniversaries. I'm still waiting on Mike. He is having a personal break in the middle of our live stream. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm going to check up with some comments here. Donna wants to know what I've been up to lately. Not a lot. For those of you who are devotees of laughingplace.com, you've seen some footage from Disneyland Paris. That was for their Halloween fun. That's what I've been up to mostly lately. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. Referring to the Disney Destiny mention I did earlier. Donna wants to know where the cruise is departing from. I believe we are leaving. I'd love to check this. From Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. Fred points out that that show that Mike was previously featured in is Pooch Perfect, and he's not surprised it got canceled. I forgot that was so old. Mike still had the masks on. Whose voice is on the 50th commercial outside of the character voices? That was Kelsey Grammer, who was kind of the ambassador for the 50th. 70th anniversary. I don't know if there's an equivalent this year for who would be the ambassador for the 50th one. But hey, everybody, guess what? No more of me. It's back to Mike. You feeling better?
Hello?
Now he can't hear me.
Okay. I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome back, Mike.
Thank you. Good to go now.
Okay. Donna thought he recognized or she recognized the voice of Kelsey Grammer. That is correct. And just for once more, for good measure, while we have him back, I'm assuming this is how Mike feels right now. Okay. Anyway, that's all.
I have seen that video infinite more times than I have seen the movie Wish.
And how many times have you seen the movie Wish?
0.
Okay. So yeah, technically, I guess. Very excited. So following up on Fred's comments about the new look at Toy Story, I'm going to save this really quick and I'll post it in just a moment. Toy Story 5 coming in June of 2026 from Pixar.com. But I like that when you go to Pixar.com right now, the big banner is for Hoppers. We've completely forgotten Elio, I guess, at this point, but so has everybody else. Which I was surprised when I was in Paris. I did see they have a similar, like not as cool as the animation building at DCA, but they do have an animation experience kind of thing.
Mhm.
And they had Elio on the wall in there, and it felt more permanently installed than other things. So I got very excited.
Nice.
What's new in Galaxy's Edge? I've heard there's some new stuff.
Oh, well, Jeremiah was saying, I haven't been in here yet today, but Jeremiah said there's new merchandise in Droid Depot. So let's take a look in there.
Let's do it while I try and get this picture to upload. Of course it won't.
I haven't seen this before, so I'm assuming this collection is to what he was referring. Our series droids, same design on shirts and a sign and some hats and mugs. Droid builder shirts.
I see. Okay.
Yes,
As I'm
I
going through
definitely
trying to
have
get these pictures, the banner they have on the website is very much multiple parts in one. So that's the problem.
I see. This shirt is new to me. Button down astromech droid pattern.
That's fun though.
Yeah, I don't think I would get that one, but I do like it.
It looks thick. Did it feel thick?
Yeah, it's a nice material. I think the Trader Sam's shirt I got a couple months ago is a similar feel to it. R2D2 canister. It's like ceramic. Not sure what you would put in there. I guess cookie jar kind of thing. Oh, and a Gonk Droid mug. Yeah, there is some new stuff.
So Mike will be back for more pictures. Stay tuned to laughingplace.com.
Yeah,
for
yeah, I
our
hadn't
full-
seen that before.
That looks like my yard waste bin.
Then you've got the holiday droids, which appeared a week or two ago. There. Furiously typing away.
I am. I'm sorry. I am trying to get this uploaded so I could show off what we were talking about.
Okay. Oh, this looks new too. These R2D2 and C3PO t-shirts.
What's it say? Excuse me, beep boop beep.
Excuse me is what C3PO is saying, and then R2 saying bee boo deedle doot. Bee boo deedle doot.
Is that I'm not a devout Star
Oh,
Wars
you don't speak
fan,
droid?
and I don't know if I've ever heard that in context in anything.
No. You don't usually see it spelled out that way, to my knowledge. This says astromech in Arabic. And on the bottom it says Black Spire Outpost.
So proud.
That part I can read.
I used to do that. I used to be able to do that like back when Atlantis first came out with Atlantean. I probably can't anymore. Yeah.
Whoa.
Now this is a shirt I may have to get.
That one's fun. I like that one.
I'm trying to figure out what that's.
Something show.
Yeah, I can't tell what the debut show, because it's not Arabic. It's just like Arabic style our alphabet.
What does it say? Well, the Cantina presents,
Yeah,
and then it says it in real Arabic underneath, or Arabic. Sorry.
right. Yeah, same thing down here. The
I've
droid
told you
been looking
it's not
for.
really my Paul Rubin story, but my friend's Paul Rubin story that was relayed to me.
I think so, but
About-
remind me.
Captain Rex. So she was a puppeteer in Pee Wee, the revival show that came to LA before it went to Broadway. And then
Yeah,
she was also a puppeteer with him on Broadway. But at some
Nice.
point there was a Q&A after one of the shows, and I'm pretty sure it was in LA when they announced Star Tours was closing. And in the Q&A, somebody had asked, "Do you have any involvement with the new one?" And
Yeah.
he said, "Well, since this is the first time hearing about it, I'm going to say no."
Uh-huh.
And then he went backstage after everything was said and done and was distraught because he loved being a part of that, and he was upset that they were getting rid of him.
Yeah,
So it always makes me happy that they did bring him back for
yeah,
DJ.
me too. I wanted to point out there's new glasses as well. This is something I may have to pick up because it says Ogas in Arabic there. I don't know if you can see that.
And we
See,
can
this
see it,
is-
yeah.
It seems like something that they should be selling in Ogas instead of Droid Depot. Which this is not. I guess it's droid related in that DJ Rex is a droid.
It's Oga's adjacent.
This glass just seems ready made to hold a drink in Ogas.
Yeah.
But here they are. I may have to
But
pick
so-
that up. This
I'll say in there it's $20, and Oga's would be $47,
right.
and the drink is an additional $12. What does that one say?
BEV beverage. USI. Beverages, music, food. Beverages, music, food. That's what you can get in Oga's Cantina.
Got it. When you said BEY, I thought the glass was thanking Beyonce, which
No.
again, I'd like to thank Beyonce for letting me be part of this live stream.
I confused the B for a Y because the B is a Y in Arabic, basically.
Kyle says writing droid speak in basic.
So yeah, these are a couple things that I might want to. I like stuff that only has Arabic on it. So those are the two glasses, and then the shirt, even though it's mostly in English and some Arabic, do like that too.
That's one of those ones I really like that, but I feel like there's so many words on it. Like words often on clothing kind of kills the idea for me. So
yeah, I get that. Yeah, so I got to come back here and get pics of all that new stuff.
Going back into something a little more my realm because I'm selfish. There's our first look at Woody and Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 5.
I mean, they look the same, don't they?
That's why, yeah. Yep.
I guess they're probably like slightly higher resolution than they were.
Buzz has a sticker on his chest, or on his nameplate rather. But that's
he's a sheriff now. He's the sheriff because Woody's gone at the end of 4.
That's true, but he also gave his badge to Jesse. So questions.
Some intrigue.
And we know because Tom Hanks is the Tom, or not, sorry, not Tom Hanks. Tim Allen is the Tom Holland of Pixar. We do know that this movie will be centered in some way around Jesse and a bunch of recalled Buzz Lightyears. So,
okay. I'm gonna go into Doc Ondars just because I feel like it.
Let's do it. Devotees will point out that this is the longest I've let Mike stay in Star Wars Galaxy.
At least 5 minutes of that time was me going to the bathroom.
Fred says the same. Buzz has a pin. Woody doesn't, which we called out. That's why I'm going to go violently off the rails here. I'm sorry. That's why animated sequels that are CG, Toy Story, Inside Out 2, Coco 2 in 2029, you name it, Incredibles 3 is on the dock. CG sequels are very easy to make because you already have the assets modeled and rigged and ready to go. Whereas a newer film, and I'm not defending this because I love my original ideas, but a newer film would take at least another additional year to 2 years just to get the characters modeled and rigged for the production. Whereas a sequel, you don't have that much time because you can update them as needed, but most of them are already built.
Makes sense to me.
Sorry. Donna says it doesn't seem too crowded in this area.
No.
Nice. I agree. I think I've talked with you about this when you were here. Walt Disney World Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is as popular as it was day one because that's like the destination. That's where
it's like a
whereas Disneyland is mostly a local audience base or like a West Coast audience base.
Yeah.
So once they've seen it, cool. I think it'll get a huge influx of people again when Mandalorian and Grogu come to Smuggler's Run. But yeah.
Right. Also coming up about a month from now, November 17th is Life Day. And they have the big celebration here. You'll find all the Life Day celebrators. Is that a word? Celebrators.
Celebratourists.
Gathered here in front of the Millennium Falcon, take a big picture with all their lightsabers and Life Day robes and the little orbs. So that's coming up next month. And then, like you said, next spring, this ride is getting an overhaul to become the Mandalorian and Grogu version of Smuggler's Run.
So we just know that that's happening. We don't know additional details, do we?
Yeah, I mean, they've said some things like you'll the engineer will control which planet you go to. I think the engineer will also interact with Grogu as part of that part of the experience. And I think they've listed off some of the planets that you'll be able to visit. So
All
it's a
right.
little bit more interactive than it was.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Knowing my rudimentary knowledge of the Star Wars timeline, how do the Mandalorian and Grogu have the Millennium Falcon?
That they have not told us yet.
Okay.
The question is also like, at what point in the story does that take place, or are they even not worrying about that anymore?
Fair.
Because theoretically, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is set between episodes 8 and 9 of the Star Wars saga. The Mandalorian is set between episodes 6 and 7. So there's that conflict, but they've already kind of broken that with the characters that roam around. You had Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano and stuff, and
I want to point that out.
Yeah,
in California, in Florida, I don't think we got Luke. We might have got Ahsoka. I know
we had the Mandalorian. Yeah,
I know we have the Mandalorian.
So right now we don't know whether the Mandalorian and or Grogu survive that late into the timeline. So
is Hondo somehow friends with them? Is that what we're gonna hear? So
yeah, we don't know that yet either. I don't believe so. Yeah, remains to be seen. I'm sure we'll have a big media event when that opens up, and I bet we'll learn more about it before that time comes around as well.
I am sure we will too. And that was next spring, right? So we're probably guessing May 4th.
Yeah, probably around that, right around when the movie comes out.
Or that too. Now let's see what they're doing over here on the left with the Star Cruiser. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong part. Those trees are really dwarfing that ship. Wow.
So when they announced that Mandalorian and Grogu were taking over Smuggler's Run, it sort of supported my theory that I had for a couple years that they were going to switch the entire timeline, the point in the timeline of Galaxy's Edge to be around the time of the Mandalorian. The big problem with that is this ship here and the ships that are over by Rise of the Resistance, and that's all from later on. That's all from the First Order and Resistance War that happens later on in the timeline. So they would have to do some major work to make that happen. So I'm not 100% confident in that anymore. I think what's more likely is that it'll just the idea of this being set at a concrete point in the timeline will kind of be abandoned.
You could help me out with this. I feel like I saw a YouTube video or something at somewhere that like there's so many details in this land that it literally pegs it down to like a 15-minute window between 8 and 9.
I don't know about 15 minutes, but I mean, it's certainly like if you take into account the Battle of Batuu, which is I think what they call the events of Rise of the Resistance in the Star Wars galaxy.
Interesting. Okay.
In the timeline. Yeah,
I think it's called the Battle of Batuu when it's not even on Batuu, technically.
Right. It's in orbit, I guess, around but then there's also like the events of the Galactic Star Cruiser, which take place concurrently, or I think just before that. And they've solidified all that in some of the novels and comics. So yeah, it is fairly specific. I don't know if it's down to the 15 minutes, but
yeah, I remember whatever I saw, it was either a blog post or YouTube video or something. But they were citing like the books and the comics and the Star Cruiser lore and like everything. Right. They basically said, this is the problem here is that Galaxy's Edge is up within 15 minutes.
Oh, here we go. We're going to get a little closer.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, please come closer.
Oh,
can you hear him?
Yeah, we could hear him. Wow.
Okay.
Be now consider yourselves under the watchful eye of the First Order. As you have seen, we have brought stability and control to what was once a dysfunctional and disorderly place. Unlike the Resistance, which has all but been destroyed, what little remains will be crushed. They have no weapons, no army, no heroes. And yet, they want to regroup, to fight against us when they have no chance. We have reason to believe that a Resistance spy was sent here to this outpost, no doubt scouting for a place to hide. She cannot be operating alone. Someone is helping her. Someone is hiding her. And someone knows where to find her. If we believe you to know something or that you're hiding something, we will find out. You're stopped for questioning. I suggest that you do as you are ordered. Excellent advice.
Is there music or anything, Mike?
Yes, there is.
Okay, we can't hear the. We can hear the dialogue, but we can't hear the music.
Sir? You found the Resistance spy, Lieutenant. Not yet, sir, but we will. I have initiated reconnaissance patrols throughout the entire spy was tracked here. Yes, sir. I figured if she is here, the Resistance could be here. You were sent to find her. Sir, someone has information. Never fear, we will get it for you. I will get it for you, sir. Lieutenant, I will get it. You are dismissed. Troopers. Yes, sir.
Fun.
You will stay. You have. Are you spy? Would you like to be?
Now, when they're talking about looking for her, it's
Yeah.
not Ray, right? It's
No,
Vi or
it's
whatever her
Vi
name is.
Maradi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vi Maradi. She's the rebel spy on Batu. You can read an entire novel about her called Black Spire and her time on. Oh, sorry. Clear the pathway so that the stormtroopers and Kylo Ren can come.
Thank you.
They're taking their sweet time about it. I'm gonna go through.
What is it? Ignite the spark, gas on the fire, something like that.
Ignite the spark, light the fire. I actually appreciate some of this stuff a bit more now because of this. This is gonna sound super dorky. But how dorky is too dorky for Laughing Place?
Right. I just went on a rant impromptu about why sequels are easier to make. Anyway, moving on.
There's a comic book, a Marvel comic book that's running right now called Star Wars Legacy of Vader, and it's all about Kylo Ren in between episodes 8 and 9, which is when Galaxy's Edge takes place. So it's actually been a long time since I've watched the sequel trilogy movies, but I'm really into that comic right now. It's written by Charles Soule, who's one of the best current Star Wars writers, and just because of that, I've been more into the character of Kylo Ren. So I got like this little bit of a rush, like, oh, it's the guy from the comics when I saw him there. And this is like right around the time when that takes place.
I like that. That's fun. I'm also dwelling on your "how dorky is too dorky for Laughing Place" comment. I pitched an idea earlier, like I had it just out of the blue in conversation with our editor Kyle, and he said, "Oh my god, I love it!" So, but it's basically the Disney animation doc universe and the way to in the correct order in which to watch them. So get ready for that later. But yeah,
oh, I'm excited. Speaking of watching things in order, this is sort of semi-related to theme parks, so I feel comfortable bringing it up. I've been watching all the classic Universal monster movies.
Okay.
For the Halloween season, which I had not seen most of them before, so I've been enjoying. I got a box set of 30 of them,
Oh, very
on
nice.
Blu-ray.
I think I know exactly which set you got, but go on.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. The first 3 Frankenstein movies are great, and the first Invisible Man movie is also a favorite of mine. But
Does it have the Abbott
recommend
and
it.
Costello meet Frankenstein or whatever?
Yes,
Yeah, nice.
that's a really fun one too. Yeah, I just recently watched that one. But I have not been to Epic Universe yet, but I'm very much looking forward to visiting Darkmoor, as they call it.
The main ride there is quite lovely. I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Um,
I think we're gonna wait until I kind of decided I'm gonna wait until the Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster opens,
okay.
so we can go and do that, and Epic, and the Pirate bar, the Beacon Barrel.
Beacon Barrel, yeah. Summer 2026, by the way, will be when the Muppets coaster opens for those watching.
Okay. Have they said that?
It might,
They
if
said
you didn't know.
summer?
Yeah, summer 2026. A new poster
Okay.
came out a couple days ago that said it.
Okay,
so.
okay. Cool.
Kyle Burbank says Claude Rains was the Invisible Man. Rocky Horror taught me that.
Yes, Claude Rains. He's in a few other of the movies playing different
Mhm.
characters. This is what I kind of learned about these classic monster movies. I've heard people call it like the first shared universe of movies.
Yeah.
But so often the actors, you have the same actor playing multiple different roles in all these movies.
Lon
And
Chaney, Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi.
yeah, so Bela Lugosi, he's famously Dracula, obviously, but he also played the Frankenstein monster once. He also played Igor of the Frankenstein universe a couple times. And then you had Lon Chaney Jr., who was pretty much every monster in a bunch of different movies. And there's like a loose continuity between some of these, but it's they played very fast and loose with it. They're not slavish to the chronology of anything.
Or a theme park land that's set around a 15-minute timeline.
Yeah, exactly. Is Monsters, what is the land called at Epic Universe when it's not called Darkmoor?
Dark Universe is the name of the
Dark
land.
Universe, yeah.
So
is that set at a specific
much
point
like
in the
Star Wars
timeline?
Galaxy's Edge is Batu. It's Monsters Universe or Dark Universe, and it's Darkmoor.
Yeah, Darkmoor.
But yeah, I don't think it's set to a timeline at all. It's just.
Okay.
And if the rumors are true, where we'll get a Creature from the Black Lagoon ride of some kind, I'm very, very pleased. Again, that is a rumor and speculative. That is not a confirmed thing, but I want that to be true desperately. If not, a revival of the Creature from the Black Lagoon musical from 2009 would also be acceptable.
That was at the parks?
It was at Universal Studios Hollywood. How are you friends with Laughing Place's own Cole Guriak and not know about?
No, I somehow missed
the only person more obsessed with that thing than I am.
There was the Creature from the Black Lagoon musical in 2009 at Universal Hollywood.
Yeah,
somehow
I believe
missed
it's 2009. Let me double check. You're gonna hear some furious typing.
Okay. Somehow I missed that, but it might have been during a period where I wasn't going to the parks as much.
It was only for like 3 months.
Okay.
To show you how long it was, or how desired it was, I should say. And I remember going in 2010 and seeing all the merchandise on sale, and I wish I had bought some because I did not know the joy that thing would bring me, because I didn't see it until YouTube way later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was according to our friend Al, Creature from the Black Lagoon, the musical was a short-lived live show at Universal Studios Hollywood that ran for only about 10 weeks in 2009.
Wow. No, I had no idea.
It's
do you know which?
I will send you a link
theater? Later. Where was it in the park?
It is. It's now where Fast Furious Coaster is going, but one of those theaters there.
So it was like the Animal Actors stage, or
it
whatever?
was where the special effects show ended up. But yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Before that, it was Fear Factor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there are some gems, and it's fantastic, and I love that show. Is it still the Pixar Pals Playtime Party up there?
No, Fantasyland Theater is dark right now.
Okay. Because I know they brought back Pixar Pals Playtime Party for the 70th, but I feel like it was only for like the summer.
Yes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we heard a rumor about casting for an upcoming show that would be going here.
But that's
right?
it. There's not like specifics.
Yeah.
It's just some kind of new entertainment offering. But yeah.
Right.
The Troubadour Tavern, anything good there? Outside of a refurbishment?
Nothing that I can eat. You can't get a baked. Oh, maybe I could eat the baked potato. I have to look in this, see if that's considered gluten free. And then mac and cheese bites. A couple different kinds of potatoes.
Potatoes.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Oh, that photo booth has a nice weight.
My question is why? Like, what is happening at the photo booth? Is there a magic chat? Do we dare venture into Toontown?
Sure.
And then, in theory, because we'll go back into Tomorrowland, we'll have gone full circle around the park. So
yeah.
I feel bad bringing it up again, but when I was in Paris. I went on there. It's a Small World just to see what we thought of Americans. Good stuff. I especially loved the football playing doll, the baseball playing doll, underneath the Golden Gate Bridge and the Hollywood sign.
That's about right.
Your comment while I was out there, though, brought me so much joy, and it was about the Halloween parade, and I'm using quotes because you said, and I'm not going to get the quote exact, but it was basically, there is nothing more difficult in all of theme parkdom than capturing a Disneyland Paris parade.
Yeah, well, I think I kind of had a similar experience to you, in that I was prepared for it to be a parade in the style that we are familiar with. And I think the first time I stood like halfway down Main Street, which is just the worst place, because there the parades like basically congregate around what would be the hub here. I think it's called something different there. And put on a big show just in the middle of the park. This is more like a parade that comes to you, or a show that comes to you, rather than a parade in the traditional sense.
So I had watched previous versions of the Halloween parade, their color festival. So I knew it was going to stop in the hub and do something, and I thought I had picked a good spot.
Yeah.
But what I was not expecting was how the floats maneuvered and like split down the middle. And so you just see me, and you could watch this on the first version of the video that went up on Laughing Place, and it's a little more reined in on the second one because I had to go do it again. But you definitely see me looking back and forth, like, what's going on?
Well, I honestly don't know if there is a good spot. Like, I think the way you did it is probably the best way, just getting a few different angles from multiple performances.
Really, the first one is from far, like the bottom of the hub, looking towards the castle. There's 4 stages in the middle, and then there's the parades and people in the streets. It's a really cool idea, but it is not camera friendly. And then so I watched that one from the bottom, and so you got the multiple floats, you got like the expanse of everything. But then the second time I saw it, I was pretty much right up on one of the stages. So. But yeah, It's not just theater in the round, it's in the round and around you, and yeah, it was crazy.
It does make it a little bit more dynamic, like for the viewer, for if you're there in person, but it is tough to get on video.
But like the other part I was noticing too, because the way the parade floats come down and stop, like if I had picked a spot where the float stopped in front of me, I'm staring at, Winnie the Pooh the whole time. Not a problem. But like now I can't see anything else. So the first time I landed kind of like where the dancers are, so you can still see everything. But yeah, if like the float stopped in front of me on like the outer edge of the hub, I would have been a little bit more upset because now I can't see anything other than the float. Not a lot going on in Toontown, it seems, but always crowded.
Yeah, it actually feels like the most crowded part of the park right now.
As it usually does. I feel like it would be helpful if there was more streets and benches and not so much lawn and grass. Laughing Place regulars will know I am not the biggest fan of what they did to my boy.
No one but Donald Duck.
Is Lenny rocking? It looked like Lenny was rocking. That's nice.
He is. You want me to go over
Yeah,
there?
let's go up close.
Who never green starting a fight? Who gets stuck? All the bad luck.
That's Donald's theme, right?
Yeah.
So we can't hear the music, but we just got to hear you.
There he is.
I love it when he's moving. Go through the back alleys of Toontown, and then we can head out.
Okay. Gone is the Roger Rabbit fountain.
Yeah, I'm aware. I mean, no, yes, for those who are joining us and not seen this yet.
But you do get Goofy hanging out. Yeah.
That's fun.
He's like playing hide and seek with these kids. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Ariel.
I do not see Ariel.
I believe that woman's child was named Ariel.
Oh, okay. Either that or she was trying to get Goofy to fly. Go Ariel.
Oh, here's Pluto. A lot of characters out right now.
That's great. Which theme are we hearing now? Still Donald?
It's Nothing Could Stop Us Now.
Okay.
50 minutes. That can't be right.
I just got here. I haven't seen.
I mean, it was very cool.
Yeah, so I talk about this because we were talking about Epic Universe a little bit ago. I feel like everything they learned for Epic Universe was learned from the 1993 Toontown design. Because here it's the train tunnel, right? Like that's the mark, but they use it as a portal. And once you're in there, you're completely in the world. And that to me feels exactly like this did. Because you have the wall surrounding it to make it look like the painted flats. Which is kind of what happens in some spots. But in other spots, it's very evident. Like when you go into dark more, like it's fogged up. And in a few years, the trees will grow. But like you could still walk in and there's the hotel, the Helios hotel, like right there. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the idea of going into the narrow tunnel and then being in a completely different world, I feel like it was straight up lifted from Toontown.
Have you seen? Did you watch Eric's video of the hanging show from Not Scary Farm this year?
Not, no.
The hanging is it's kind of like Bill and Ted was at you know about that. I'm saying for the
Yeah,
benefit
yeah,
of our
yeah.
audience.
No, I
Sort of
yeah, I
like
know what
going
you
to
mean.
they make fun of the pop culture of the past year, and there's a lot of jokes about theme parks, but this year's show is entirely built around the portals from Epic Universe.
I remember I saw pictures of the stage, but I have
Yeah,
not watched the show yet.
they get in some good digs.
I know in years past, a number of people sent me. They had like a kiddie pool with a sprinkler in it, and it was the Wonderful World of Water. And that pleased me. I enjoyed
Yes.
that. Everyone thought I was going to get offended, but I'm like, no, like I understand it's a joke. Like,
Majestic Matterhorn Mount.
is it open?
It is. I see
Okay.
the bobsleds going right now.
Hooray! I feel like 4 months a year it's closed.
Yeah,
I have
it
to
did have
roll
a
of the dice which
long.
month.
It did have a long refurb recently.
Are you in the mood for a chiropractic adjustment? Are you going to write it later?
I did it last time I was here, I think, last week, but I think I'm good for now.
Okay. Well, that's a hefty weight.
It says 30, but it does
Oh,
feel like it might be a little longer than that.
but I also forget that it's purposely meant to go down and around the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy just did the I forget what they call it on Curb Your Enthusiasm, but it looked like he was very much doing the whole, oh, hey, I know you, and kind of joined the front of the line. The slip in, I think is what they called it. Is this where you saw the derailing back in the
Yeah, it was over
couple months
here.
ago? Which, if I remember, it was the second time you garnered national coverage from Disneyland.
Yeah, fortunately, this time didn't involve my face, but it was right against that tree over there. A car had jumped the tracks and gone up on the embankment there.
I remember the first one was your face because it was you saying, I'm at Disneyland and it's snowing.
Yep.
Like real snow, not the snow we saw in the castle earlier.
Right. Yeah, and then the OC Register used a screen capture from that video as their header image for the story.
Oh yeah, the line's not even coming down the mountain. That's not that bad. That's probably a 30 for sure. If not,
Okay,
if
yeah.
a 30. We mentioned Gideon, our Laughing Place founder's son, earlier, and I saw him the other day, and we were talking about how Nemo took over, like never only has one purpose-built attraction, but took over others pretty much everywhere else. The purpose-built one being Crush's Coaster at Walt Disney Studios
Right.
Paris, but took over the subs here, took over the Living Seas at Epcot, took over Storm Rider in Tokyo, and then took over the Tarzan Ride Theater at Animal Kingdom, if you count the show. It was one of those weird, like, a strange revelation that nobody had, but really of no significance. So,
Well, it's kind of like Marvel. Like Marvel took over Tower of Terror here.
yeah,
The Rock and Roller Coaster in Paris.
yeah,
The Buzz Lightyear attraction in Hong Kong.
Though they are getting a new tower on their own.
Okay. And then I guess you wouldn't really count Universe of Energy because they've built a new attraction It's not like
They
it's
built
the
that
same
big
track.
building behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, the Universal Energy building is mostly queue and pre-show now, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I think boarding. I think the boarding is all in there.
Right.
Which I remember the original story was that they were going to Epcot to find the Walkman or whatever. So I was really hoping they would keep the dinosaurs in there in some way because you were still going to Epcot, quote unquote.
Right.
But no, that didn't happen.
Looks like the submarines are down right now.
Well, yeah, they submerge. But inoperable, I'm guessing you mean?
Yeah, they're not running. I believe the same is true for the monorail.
Interesting. Oh, is it because in the middle of the day it gets too hot or whatever it is? Okay.
Yep. Look, these folks are going to try to go on the monorail right here, and they're going to get turned away.
How do we get back to the hotel?
And as you said, we wound up back where we started, where I had my lunch at Galactic Grill.
Under the Tomorrowland 2055 roof that still exists. My favorite tidbit. Which I remember I was shocked. I sat there and did lunch with you and Benji at Disney 100. And I was shocked that Benji didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he has a more encyclopedic knowledge of stuff like that than I do.
Sure.
And he was
Same
like,
here.
well, this was a color test for Tomorrowland 2055. He's like, I never heard that. I'm like, yeah.
Let's go take a look before we wrap up.
Real quick, summarized. Tomorrowland 2055 was an idea to overhaul Tomorrowland back in the early 90s. Inevitably did not happen. And we got Tomorrowland 1998 instead, which was a lot of browns and bronzes. And, not fantastic. But the idea of this kind of look was going to take over the land, and they wanted to see what that would look like. But they have kept the roof intact pretty much since then, which I thought was cool. But yeah, this was the original like aesthetic that would have been part of Tomorrowland, and if they had gone through with 2055, which also would have seen Alien Encounter show up at Disneyland and not Walt Disney World, where Mission to Mars Red Rockets is, or not Red Rockets, now it's Alien Pizza Planet. But that, and it makes me wonder if that would still be there today, because I feel like it definitely would be a better fit for a Disneyland audience. But as I was talking with my wife the other day, I don't know that it would be terribly repeatable again and again and again. It's one thing to go there when you go on your yearly vacation or whatever, but like the locals like yourself who's been there once a week for the last 4 weeks, would you do Alien Encounter every time? So anywho, that being said, thanks for joining us today on the live stream from Disneyland. Stay tuned to laughingplace.com for all these kind of updates and fun. Ring that bell to get notified whenever we go live from the parks like this. We do have weekly programming, some of which is happening right now. I know we have a lot of people traveling around the globe, so that kind of has disrupted our usual schedule. But the best way to get notified is to ring that bell and stay tuned to laughingplace.com for all kinds of alerts and fun as we approach Space Mountain. Are you going to ride, Mike?
I don't think, not today.
Okay.
I do love Space Mountain, but
it is regular Space Mountain, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No Ghost Galaxy anymore, sadly.
Yeah. I do. I was fortunate enough to do that one. Did you ever get to do it?
Oh yes. Yeah, we loved Ghost Galaxy. Yeah.
I only got to do it twice, but I loved it each time, and I was envious of those who got to do it all the time. But I was mostly thinking Hyperspace Mountain. But,
oh yeah, that's gone. That was here for Season of the Force.
All right. Well, so long from the Disneyland Resort. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Hope they